Okay, so we are going to be getting underway momentarily with PTC match number 3 with MNM Main versus Team Q. So this will be on PTC Bewitched. And at the moment, the 2v2 representatives, as far as I'm aware, for MNM are Karte and Rookie. As for Q at the moment, we have Marmalade, Ravens and Razor on track. No more. I see Nevermind and Revo at least driving, but Karte at least looks like he's in the best form, so we will be getting underway momentarily with the 1v1, of which will be worth 1 point. So there has been a change in the way this works, just to quickly run people through it. So basically it has changed. Before it was a 1v1, but a 1v1, a 2v2 and 2 3v3s. That used to be the process, sorry, not the process, the way everything was set up on this. But now they have changed the format, sorry, for this. So it is now 2 1v1s, which will be played in the same kind of sub match. And then after that, just give me a second. Yeah, the first 1v1, if we just go through this now, will be between Razor and Rookie. So basically this will be counted up to 7, and then will be another 1v1 played on the same map with different players, which will be counted up to 14. Whoever takes that, I believe, gets the 1 point. And then there will be a 5v5 on the other map. Then after that, which will be worth 2 points, I believe, and a 3v3 on the last map, which will again be worth 2 points, except a player can be banned from that 3v3. So if we go through this, we see here Razor up in the lead at the moment in front of Rookie, and do not have hotkeys conveniently. So going into this long, quite slow right hand, you see Rookie goes for more inside, doesn't get a good exit as a result. Razor keeping a strong lead here, and a nice inside line there from the Swedish man. It's very inside there though, quite a long straight coming up, so we'll see if that is beneficial for him. Doesn't get the smoothest of landings. The Rookie does catch up, but does not manage to take an advantage. And Razor takes round number 1 of the first 1v1. And it makes it 1-0. So round 1 to Q. Managed to take round 2. And following. See how much Rookie's trained. See if we can get some sort of idea here. Rookie slightly touched the little hole going over there. Now going on to the grass section. Want to get your line set up as early as you can going over the grass section, because of course you lose a lot of grip going over there. Rookie had a strange line going in there due to a little bit of a bump. That does keep things on the straight and narrow. Go back to Razor here, who is now fighting from the back in this round. Goes quite outside, gets a lot of speed as a result, and has to jump into that turn. Rookie had an error in entering into that drift, and as a result has fallen behind by virtue of touching the wall. So Razor an easier round here than the last. It just needs to safe. Final few turns. In the final section here, the long right hander going on to the full, the finish straight, and he should be fine here. Nice and wide line from Razor. Doesn't need to take any unnecessary risks. You can see here, at least if we check the Deady, Razor has a .214, Deady 3, and we do see Rookie all the way back at a .56. I do believe Rookie has a better time than that, but I'm not entirely sure, so we'll see what round number 3 shows us. But at the moment, scores on the doors are 2-0 to Q in the first 1v1. So let's see how the start treats these players once again. Razor with a very slight disadvantage. Rookie goes for earlier, it goes a bit of a wider entry there, as you can see. Razor does get a tiny bit of airtime there, so disadvantage for Razor, advantage to MNM. This time it's Rookie getting more speed coming out of there. Does get a smooth transition going through there. Razor will have maybe a bit more speed there, but not the best of lines to follow up. Rookie taking a lot of speed through there, has to do a big jump, but takes a wide line going into that right-hander as a result, and currently has a .1 lead. Not the best line there though. Razor has a chance to catch up, so we're going to come down into this ending. Rookie going inside, uses a magnet to keep himself strong. Oh, and tries to take too tight of a line going through the straight and will give the round to Razor. Gets a 59.7. All just kind of fell apart late on there for Rookie. Razor is looking the stronger player at the moment. Been one of the pillars of the Q competitive team, with the exception of the short stint he spent in PKD. Razor, of course, showing why he's one of the best players around. With a 3-0 lead here. Oh, kind of little transition bump there for Rookie, but he makes it stick. He stays in the lead here, and I don't have any hotkey. Oh, I do, I'm just weird. So, big jump there for Rookie, and he's again off to a good start here. Apart from the first round, Rookie's been getting relatively decent starts. However, it's later on in the track where Razor strikes. Razor cuts deep, as he would say. Rookie with a bit of a better line this time. Razor going more outside. Rookie again more inside. Way too much airtime there for Rookie, but that is Razor making the mistake this time. Going too close on the left hand side. Clips the ball. Rookie may not know, but he can afford to completely safe here. Ooh, very close to the left hand side there once again, but makes finish no problem. 8 thousandths over a minute, and does clock in his first point of the match. So we now move to 3-1 here in the scores. Again, any sort of points the losing member can get, or the winning member can prevent the opponent from getting, are very important, as it's 2 1v1s which count towards the sub-match point. So a bit more pressure on the players who might be winning to make sure they stamp their authority on the match. But Razor, big mistake there from Razor. Hotkeys not working again. Nice game. Come on. Nope, that's not what I wanted. We'll look up to Rookie here at the moment. Is it in the lead with a very comfortable scoreline. Kind of a bit of a reverse of the first 3 rounds now. That's Razor making the mistakes. Razor, of course, being a very long time player, wouldn't expect him to be susceptible to pressure, but mistakes can be made by everyone. Rookie with a nice line going through here, good speed. I'll get a nice smooth landing there. Bit of a tight finish, but ooh, a little bump there, giving us a bit of the fear, and Rookie takes it home. Not the best of times once again, but doesn't need to risk when Razor makes mistakes. So moving on, and we are at 3-2. Points gap down to 1. Will Razor manage to get his feet back in solid ground again? Establish a bit more of a lead here. Only 1 point in it. Is not what he wants, I'm sure. Ooh, Rookie took a lot of speed through there, and you can see his line's almost completely different to Razor's going through there, but perhaps by virtue of making a mistake, as you can see, Razor has a big advantage. Pick with Rookie, see if he manages to make any steps towards a comeback, but he has quite a disadvantage here. Disadvantage of 3.5 tenths. And quite inside there, trying to work his way back. Smoother downhill there. Razor's not got the tightest round here. Only 1700s ahead now. Cut down, but there's not much track left. Will be dependent on this end if anything able to be done. See Rookie going very outside. Very good line there by Rookie, and that was an incredible end. Leaves Razor for dust, and Razor can't do anything. Flies off the track. A mistake being made there by Razor, but must be said, a very, very strong end there by Rookie. Quite close to the wall on all sides there. On all sides, all shapes, all everything. Anyway, we are on equal footing now at 3-3. I believe. Yes, 3-3. Rookie having trouble in the start again, by the looks of things. Back with Razor though. Strong start by Razor. I think by what I hear, Rookie has made a mistake. Let's check. And he has. So this is about 0.8 gap actually. My eyes are deceiving me. Not one would expect Rookie to be able to recover from. Razor again. Would have the communication from his teammates at this round. Will be a lot easier now. Rookie has made a significant error. And Razor should be on course to restore parity for Q. And restore the lead of 1 point. We've got an Ari fan in the chat. Perhaps we'll be seeing Ari later on. I don't know if he'll be on this bat, but certainly hope he'll be playing later on. 59.6. Ooh, pardon me. 59.6 by Razor, showing he means business. He's not going to let these rounds go to waste. Getting some good momentum going with times like that, and he is up to 4-3 here at the moment. Will he finally manage to strike an advantage home? Or will Rookie keep him within arm's length once again? Rookie goes much more inside here, but Razor has more speed on the exit of the grass section. A better exit there by Rookie. A little lower on the jump there as well. So advantages in these corners for Team M&M. But we've seen Rookie come back from bigger gaps. Razor's certainly capable of doing so as well. And he's within the car now. Straight backhand forces Rookie to make the mistake. Rookie perhaps feeling a bit of pressure knowing Razor's right behind him. He's going a bit wide there, but takes a good amount of speed through it. Rookie makes another mistake. And Razor will finish off this round and take us to 5-3 here. With a .598. Wrong round there from Razor despite making the early mistake. 2 points left to go for Razor to shut out any more possible score for Rookie. Razor making sure to avoid any possible bugs going in the kind of transition there. Rookie with a better line there though. Keeps the speed. He's going very outside there. He will get more exit speed, but it doesn't seem to be as good as Rookie's line here. Both players on equal footing going through here. Razor goes really, really close on that jump. However, gets a tiny bit of airtime on the exit of that corner. Slight advantage to Rookie here at the moment. Goes very close to the pole there. Oh, Razor. He released his brake early to get more speed on the exit of the corner, and it is working out. However, Rookie gets the advantage going over the right-hander. Oh, and Rookie takes too much from that left hand. Was a bit too close to the little quarter pipe there. And flips upside down, and he will give Razor the 6th round for Team Q. And it is 6-3 at the moment. 4-8-6 being done by Razor. Getting faster and faster here as a Swede. So will this be the round where Razor closes it out? We're on 6-3 here. A bump going over there for Razor will only cost him a few hundreds. And you can see he goes for a little bit of airtime and an inside line going over there. Well, not airtime, just a few of his wheels go off the ground, so to speak. Rookie kills any advantage Razor had, but Razor with a better line going through there. Cuts it close on the ramp once again. Razor with the advantage this time. Normally it's Rookie ahead in this part of the round. Razor looking good here, 1400s ahead. Good there from Razor, keeping it strong, but Rookie's not letting him away. Rookie doesn't get the best drift on the landing, and as a result will make a mistake. Razor looking solid here. Ooh, goes very wide there, but he will close it off in style once again. Good round there by Razor. A bit scrappy through the ending. Closes off with a 59.7. And the first sub-match of the 1v1 series will be 7-3 to Q. So, we now move on to the second 1v1. So again, keep in mind that score 7-3. As now, we go on to a second 1v1 between, looks to be Marmalade and Carty here. And Q go into this with a score of 7-3 of an advantage. We're going to do it again to 7 here. So M&M can get a maximum of what would that be? So M&M can get a maximum of 10 points here. You can of course get the maximum 14. That means Carty will need to pull it out the bag here. If it goes to a draw, I believe there's one sudden death round that gets played. It gets played by these people on that are that are on the second one. So give me a second. I'm just going to rejoin this server. So I've got hotkeys. I'm sick of not having hotkeys. There we go. So let's check if we see any of these players in the deadies. First of all, I'm going to check the MX page. World record appears to be the .193 as we see from Omnipots. This map was of course made by Kezar, who recently had a TTC edition for those who don't recognise the name. And let's check. So I have Carty here, a 59.38. I believe it told me it does have a faster time than that. Find Marmalade. Ooh, Diddy 27. 59.57. An interesting matchup here. Last warm up, then we will get underway on the second 1v1. Again, it will be between Carty from Chile and Marmalade from Finland. Carty rocking the Ecuadorian car. Maybe he's not Chilean, maybe he's from Ecuador, who knows. Carty at least has been performing quite well as far as I've seen in the few sub-matches he's been playing so far. Although of course Rookie has been playing well as well. It's not to say as if these players aren't performing. Both players are very strong. Marmalade definitely been improving a lot. It'll be very interesting to see what both players are capable of. And we will move on to the 1v1 here. Again, will be between Carty for Team M&M and Marmalade of Team Q. We already have a 7-3 advantage here. Marmalade just needs to get the magic figure of 4, we will see in this map. And then he will be confirmed to have won the sub-match for Team Q. That was quite a risky start there, and that's already a mistake coming out from Marmalade. Not getting off to a very strong start here as the Finn. And Carty with quite a strong lead here. Just needs to save this round. Doesn't need to do any fancy lines, just keep his lead. It's a very strong one, so a player of Carty's caliber really shouldn't be losing that kind of lead. Carty will go through the ending, no mistakes, and will finish with a solid time 59.66. Again, Carty throwing down the gauntlet, showing Marmalade what it's going to take to beat him. And that is a red round at the start. This time M&M taking the early blow here. Inflicting the early blow, shall we say. But now, let's see if Marmalade will be able to counter that. Marmalade, of course, very capable player. Definitely a matchup for Carty. Depends how prepared these guys are on this track. Marmalade doesn't have the best exit of the second grass part though. And has lost about 1.5 tenths there. It's a good line there, does Marm though. Doesn't get any airtime and gets nice speed on the exit. However, drifts maybe a bit too much there. Loses a few hundreds. Oh, takes a good amount of speed there. You see the Q guys are quite good at that section, it seems to be. Catches up on Carty by a good amount. Halves the gap between the two of them. Carty keeping it at about a tenth though. That'll give him a bit of breathing room for this end. Carty takes a lot of speed through it. However, Marmalade gets a better exit. So Marmalade has him here. Great ending there by Marmalade. Takes it with a 59.8 there. Carty perhaps get a bit too complacent in the end. Looks as if he had more speed on the entry to that ending by virtue of taking the wider line, but perhaps with the way the magnet works, the inside line would have generated more speed due to it being at least more linear, more smooth, more circular, kappa. Anyway, Round number 3 here between these two players, and 1-1 at the moment. Or if we look at total scores, 8-4. Oh, Marmalade just went a bit too wide there. It allows Carty to catch up. Man for a really tight jump there. He gets airtime going over there again, so we'll see Carty get his nose just ahead. Advantage, Carty and Team M&M. However, Carty goes very inside there. Allows Wham to get straight back in the game. They are very close going down into this section. Once again, Carty with a better line though. Wham will have more speed, but he's got a messy line here. Marmalade risking it. Oh, goes very wide there, very close. But Carty just manages to take more speed on exit, and Carty will take it with a 59.6, and that is a good race between the two players. Both showing they're very strong on this map. Marmalade just getting the short stick with that round, but clearly showing Carty is capable of keeping up with them. But we do move up to 2-1 for M&M here at the moment. Marmalade needs 2 more rounds to at least secure the draw and force overtime, so to speak. Marmalade this time has the advantage, but again he gets a bit of airtime here, but does recover with the tighter jump than Carty. It seems to be a bit of a repeat of the last round. However, Marmalade has the advantage this time. Oh, Carty gets a better turn there though. They both will have about the same angle. Carty goes more inside there. Would normally mean that Marmalade would have more speed, but Marmalade didn't have the cleanest of lines. However, he is on the comeback. Here goes very wide there on the transition back to the blue part. He does drift, so it means that Carty will be taking home this round relatively easily. A bit too wide as a result of that, and he does take it with a 59.8. Very close rounds here by Carty and Marmalade. Carty taking it to 3-1 though. Well, only the first round was really that convincing. I've seen both players running very close to each other. Carty with a good grass section there takes the advantage. You see, he goes very wide here. So that limits as much of that limits his time he spends on the grass as much as possible. This time Carty has the lead going over this section, and Marmalade is now the one playing catch up. However, he's playing that game very well. Does actually overtake. Very inside there. It means he'll get good speed on exit. Carty staying with him though. Carty again going more inside, but that's the way it should be done. Marmalade shooting ahead of him. Now Carty's the one to fight back going through here. Carty gets a better exit going through here, but he needs a good turn on this magnet part. Goes outside for a lot of speed. Marmalade with 2 inside. Took a bit too much from that corner. Bit off more than they could chew. And gifts that round to Carty there. Carty got lucky. 59.996. Not the best time. I'm sure he'll take it if it means a round win for him. He brings up to 4-1 here. So 7-8 here. Oh, sorry, 8-7 with the favour of Q still, but a very close sub match here, so we can't really say that Carty's been the one dominating this. He's just been edging slightly ahead of Marmalade by the rounds. I'll put a bit of pressure on both the players. Carty knows that Marmalade is going to keep with him, and Marmalade knows that despite the efforts he's making in these rounds, Carty's just edging ahead. So he needs to go faster. Both players need to go faster. They need to take command of this sub-match, and Marmalade, that's not the best way to do it. And neither does Carty solidify his lead. And again, we are very close going into this left-hander who starts off on the final section of the map. Marmalade going for it. However, he sacrifices a lot of time and a lot of line, and will flip upside down and will not finish this round. And he will gift the round to Carty, who will equal up the scores at 8-8 overall and 5-1 to Carty here. Carty already eliminated the point advantage Q had going into these 1v1s. Razor's hard work has been outdone by Carty here. Will Marmalade at least be able to match the points that Rookie got in his sub-match? Oh, a big mistake there from Marmalade. Unfortunate mistake there from him, and he is very far behind. Looks as if this round may be over for him. Oh, sorry, it will be over for him, sorry. 7.5 seconds behind is Marmalade. And Carty just needs to do a fairly safe round here. He can even make a mistake. Of course, not too much of a big one, or else he will give Marmalade the round. But this is key for Eminem to be on round, or sorry, sub-match point here. Carty not going too close to either edge, as he shouldn't need to, of course. And he will secure the round. Decent time as well, 59.8. Running a good round despite not having the pressure, but Marmalade ends it early by just retiring. But now we're at 6-1. Eminem take the advantage for the first time. It is now down to potentially the final round. Marmalade needs a good start here. Let's watch it. Oh, he's off to a very strong one here. He's nice and inside there. He's down the hill. He's cut this jump pretty well. Carty, however, gets the advantage this time. But he doesn't get airtime. Overtakes. Looking strong for Marmalade here. We've seen he does this section better than Carty. He goes wider here. Gets a better entry into here. Takes a lot more speed. However, Carty's right beside him. 11 thousandths between the two players. Marmalade with a much better exit though. Carty gets airtime. Carty touches the pole. However, Marmalade goes too wide, goes over the half pipe, and Carty overtakes. Carty managed to recover from his mistake, but Carty very close to the outside there. Marmalade's not close enough. Marmalade goes for it. He might have had more speed there, but the GG comes out, and Carty takes home the two 1v1s for Eminem with a 7-1 scoreline, meaning Eminem take home 10-8 here. So, advantage to Eminem through the 1v1s. And we will move on to the next map, which will be Burnout. So not Kishkona, or if that, or Kizhonka, however that's said. So not this one, this will be the 3v3, of which a player will be banned. Oh, better turn it to windowed fill. Oh, sorry, full screen. Okay. Here we go. So the 5v5 said will be played on Burnout. We ban Ega. Hello, Ega.
Hello?
Hello, missed you.
Hello?
Skadi asked on.
My god, Skadi. Come on.
Dude, Skadi was asking that on Discord like 5 minutes ago.
It doesn't matter.
5-5.
Dude, Skadi knows the right map, and Razor knows the rules.
Lul.
Teamwork. The dream
Makes a
work.
dream work.
So should I
Scotland.
Skoda.
Skoda? Fabio?
Exactly. So what did you do in church again?
What happens in
But
starts what happens in church stays in church.
I just have to go
The church is the gang.
Yeah.
twice.
Church is New Vegas.
before Iga enter the Dark Cult. They have to do sacrifices for Satan.
That's how you get bread.
First you kill, then you feed.
Right, so the 5v5 will be played on PTC Burnout, the map by Soldier. I will be playing this alongside Kulve, Nevermind, Speedy, Lund, and me, Speedy, Kulve, Lund, and Nevermind. Yes, got that right.
Wait. Think you're wrong. What color are we actually? Red?
Yeah,
Red.
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 I'm
Red
I'm
Dead
red.
Redemption.
Never mind, you're wrong.
Nice team leader again.
You got 1 minus.
Can actually ask them if you play the third map if they
You
lose.
got 1 minus in my notebook.
I have like a million minuses anyway.
Guys, you can ask them if they want to play
Wait.
third actually.
Never mind, are you
Right,
wrong?
you asked them.
Oh,
I know Kaziga is annoying.
no you.
No, you.
No, you!
Edgar,
Wait, you were asking my mom people.
Yes, but
missed you.
you what?
It missed you.
Me too. So much.
Right, so
Ari
is
is
is Edgar calling? Because
Yeah,
I'll need to increase his voice like a lot.
I can't imagine my life without you, Scott.
Wait, my fucking Mania planet closed.
No, Revo is calling. Revo and Iga. Revo is calling mainly. though.
Okay, Ro, are you ready?
For what?
Do
call-
you even know the map, Revo?
What? The, what?
No.
My Mania
Okay.
Is it
planet.
live?
Where is the reason?
Yeah, it's live.
My Mania planet
out.
closed, and then when I opened it, it just took me straight back into the game. That was fucking weird.
Okay, good luck for boys. Let's go.
Okay, I will tell you if someone failed the start.
Oh, it's... Never mind, guys.
You don't need to call that.
Yeah, good on this map, but chill please.
Still pretty close.
We have top 2 at the moment. Kobe has to step it up a bit.
Oh, Adri full stop pick.
Oh, sorry guys, I'm too super slow.
Nah, I failed
Adri
that
can't
end.
finish.
Is it
He
enough?
can't finish, so
I actually didn't get
It's
that.
enough.
It is ours, by the way.
Wait, Lund? It's a draw.
No, no, no. Adri can't finish.
That Lund didn't finish too.
It's a draw.
It's fine.
Oh.
Lul.
Draw.
I'm sorry guys, I have to be fast.
Beat job.
Tom's
One
got
of
it
them
touched.
red.
Speedy Lund can save.
It's only 3 of them.
Yeah, it's top 3, keep it.
What?
No, Scott is coming.
It's good.
Yeah, it looks good.
That fucking airtime, bitch.
There you go, boys. 63 Lund, what the heck?
Yeah, Lund is Gucci.
Yeah.
Ari left.
Nice
Wow.
one.
It was like good night
Thank
guys.
Triggered out.
I thought we still
That's my AD carry.
of them fail.
You can save.
Oh my god, that bomb.
You can still save.
I'm mega
Oh
safe.
fuck, I crashed downside.
Okay.
Yeah, Lund, you can save the end.
Well, it's theirs.
No,
Oh,
maybe
wait,
not.
that guy? It's...
There needs to be a red guy somewhere.
Never mind. No, it's theirs.
By the way, Corby, I saw you.
Yeah, I saw you hitting the seat.
No,
That is
Like
moving
he,
out.
no, that
Dude, I
he
got
went into the wrong
transition
way.
before
Okay,
the call.
shut up!
The fuck
Got
is
there's
that?
most points, man.
Concentrate,
anymore.
boys.
Let's go.
Yeah, Corby fail.
Safe. I saved too much.
There you go, boys. That's
How am I still first with this time?
Dude, Lund, you remember my ends when I almost crashed the...
We won the 1v1s, Eddie and Deska, now it's just the 5v5. We've
Wow.
not played the 3v3 yet.
Lund's smurfing impro. Beat with the league terms. Love it.
Corby failed again.
I failed.
I crashed too.
Okay, go for it, Scotty. Nice,
Team?
What is happening with Colby, dude?
Team?
He failed the start
We
trip.
lost,
not
right?
Ullevi. It's you guys.
Can you shut up?
It's a team.
I thank you, Giga, for enlightening us after church.
Lund, you're a beast. Come on,
Go,
Keep
go,
it.
guys.
Help
Keep it
me,
up.
guys. Help me.
just keep it.
I'll try.
Okay, no one failed.
I failed.
Oh no.
One of them failed.
Let's go, Lund.
I finally Colby there.
Who's the? Oh, it's theirs. Fuck.
Why is Nevermind last yet?
Let's go, Lund. You're doing great.
What's up, Nevermind? Come on! Push! Push like on toilet. Dude.
Carty rage quit that because Blessing is Switzerland 1-1. got a risk, boys.
I went too close inside.
Totally for them.
What are these nose?
One of theirs full stopped at the end.
Yeah, but
They got top 3.
they have top 3.
Guys, what the fuck?
Oh no,
What are you doing?
What are
I
you?
can't finish.
You're making too many mistakes, guys. Go.
Yeah, just be
You don't need
consistent.
to risk that much.
Yeah, their time zone, not
Well,
Yeah,
safe.
59.
You don't
no
even need to
damage.
go outside pole or any shit like
Go,
that.
go. Shut up.
Just finish.
Go. Okay, we got top 3 now.
That's good.
Just keep it like that and
Push it, never mind.
it's fine.
Okay,
One
you
of
got
theirs
one.
failed.
It's fine, save it.
Yeah, it's ours.
Top
my
3 is
God.
point 3 back.
Oh! Okay.
You got it. Oh, let's go. This is what I want to see.
But guys, really look, we are 0.4 ahead of the first one.
Yeah,
then. No
just
need for inside poles or outside
save it.
poles and all.
save it like that and you're
I
fine.
had to go inside pull this round.
I didn't.
Cause I had awkward line.
Okay, we got this lot.
Okay, Skaddy failed.
Had to save the stop.
Just don't crush, it's all matters.
Good, we failed. Okay, it's only 3 of them now.
Come on guys, together.
It's fine, it's fine. One of them crashed. Do a good end.
Oh,
And never mind, you're first.
You too. Okay,
Okay, it's ours.
I think it's ours.
Yep.
Ah.
Good job, guys.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Go on.
should I have overtaken
job,
Marcel or
Cosmic.
what? Because you said
No.
make a good end, you said no name.
Oh, they are muted. I didn't.
I said just do a good
And
end.
never mind, always mute when he gets into trouble.
Don't.
Yeah, cool. We also muted.
Go Lund, nice points.
You too.
Thank you.
Yeah, no one failed so far.
We are right at all.
Oh my god, I got an
No,
Ausschnitt.
it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We are like almost top 4.
Nice. Sorry guys.
Now you can catch one maybe, Speedy.
I see that
No,
level.
it's fine. Just don't fail the end. Just don't fail the end.
Oh, fuck me, that was a
Nice.
tight end.
Yeah,
Holy
good
fuck.
job, guys.
No!
Oh, cool beat.
Okay, it's good, it's good. Fucking cool.
Boom, guys.
What's the score? 5-4. Okay, 2 more guys.
Fucking COVID
Rebel?
isn't here. And
Cosmin
listen.
is stepping up. That's good.
And
We
when he
need it.
mutes, it's good for him.
Yeah, it's like full focus.
I got the rammed. Fuck.
Unlucky. Did you air brake?
No, the uphill I got the ram.
Oh.
Focus.
Okay, no one failed.
We have top 4.
It's okay with only previous ones.
First, we have top 3.
Could we fail? It's still close.
You have to tell soon.
You guys very good. Make it good then. Don't miss.
Easy.
Ooh, I got a bump there.
Let's go.
Okay, good job, guys. On speed.
Let's go.
speed.
Dude, I
Come
feel like shit.
One more, boys. It's good.
Cosmin stepping up so hard. I like it.
The joystick goes up. For Alex.
Don't talk about joystick. Okay, Andrew, full stop.
Am I ahead of him?
Yeah, you are.
We have top 4 now.
I can maybe get Scotty as well.
We have 4 players in
I
top
crashed
5.
again. Fuck. Adri got me.
We got top 3 now. Should be ours.
No, Adri crashed, I got him.
Just safe.
No!
Still ours, maybe.
No, I can't get the safe. Fuck.
Okay, Lund.
Don't go around. Go around.
No, I
It's
can't.
like
It's
Okay.
over already.
I wouldn't have.
it's theirs.
No, it's there.
You asked it.
If it's theirs.
It's not ours.
Exactly. One more. Just two. One more.
It's okay, one
Is
more. you got it.
tennis?
No. Go go.
Or Scuddy touch?
Oh, I got a bump.
It's fine. Cool touch. It's good. We have 4 players in top 5.
I'm on world record. No! Okay, that was stupid.
Okay, you're on top 2, Speedy and Scotty.
Fuck, sorry. Too excited.
Yeah, you got one, Lon. Okay, you need good dance, guys.
That was a shit
Yeah.
end.
Don't risk what with them.
Maybe?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Good job.
Yes.
GG.
GG.
Dude, look at that star.
Good job, guys.
Oh my god.
GG.
I was on sick. Sick.
Can I play?
And then I fucked up.
No strategies, dude.
No strategies. Just pick
Yeah.
the trial players.
Went up 3 places in points in 1 round.
Yeah, sure, I got to go.
Nice try.
He's
Put the way
played-
back.
Nice step up.
We should ban Razor.
Nice comeback there. Never mind.
Why am
Like-
I not playing?
In the end.
Why do we ban Razor, not Ari?
Because Ari is not as consistent as Razor.
Ah, see?
So who's playing?
Me, Alex, and Rookie.
Fucking banners, dude.
Curry Meister.
2 maps.
Dude, there's so many kids outside crying at the moment because of Brazil.
And what's the score?
It's 1-1.
Oh.
Wait, Neymar has a free kick now.
Rebel.
Hmm.
But never mind, muted. You knew it was serious.
Yeah,
That-
fucking. It triggered me so hard when I got a transition into pole fucking shit game.
Did anyone actually take a screenshot?
Honestly, Neymar's face.
We have stream. Why do we need screenshot?
I wanted to actually see points. I feared so much. Yeah.
Yeah, what can I say?
That honestly, Neymar's
You stepped
face
up,
is similar to Carl
Ah,
Jr.'s face,
But like
just a
shit.
bit more brown.
Neymar's fit.
I thought you said a bit more brown there, and I was like, oh no, this is kind of the same, to be honest.
Neymar looks like Jesus,
Except
except he's brown.
in heavily tattooed.
Like the eyes are the same.
What are they talking about?
Could we?
Nice.
Hello?
Ah, nothing.
I'll mute again, boys. See you later.
See
See
ya.
ya.
I see unit.
And we would still have won the match. Feels good, man.
Well, I need to go. See ya, guys.
Yeah,
Shadow,
man.
Yeah,
you play good.
Wanna know a good news?
Hmm.
Tomorrow I don't need to go to uni,
Okay.
which means I can no life with Igor.
So what does that make the score? Is that 1-0 or 3-0?
2-0.
Right, 2-0.
Oh,
It's
fuck.
1 point per sub match.
Nice. I was completely wrong.
Why?
Because I said 1-0 or 3-0, I didn't say 2-0. Fucking Ego.
Wait, what?
Now the one we want, that was one sub match to 14 if you want to. That gives 1 point, and the next 1 to 5 was a classic sub match with 1 point, and this one is also a classic sub match with ban. 1 point.
Because it doesn't need to be fancy points for 1 point.
But it's a bit easier. It also means that you don't play last if you win 2-0.
This start on this map gonna be so fun with the keyboard.
I'd never saw this map though, but I have to be on it.
Fuck this map.
Played a few rounds on it, but I'm not very good at it.
Fuck this map.
Dude, I crashed every time start on burner.
Yeah, every round I heard Colby crashed. Colby crashed. Oh,
Yeah.
Colby crashed.
That we can say we won without a Colby carry.
Yeah, I carry because I got banned.
We can say that last week too. Last week?
Next week?
Next point, yes.
Wait,
Oh,
what
yeah,
happened
one
last week?
Who did we play against?
Right, so we will go live into the 3v3. So it's already 2-0 to Eminem, so they have won this match and they will proceed further. Face off against whoever was the winner between PKD and THE. But here we go, our 3v3 will be contested by Areugon, Paka and Rewins for Q, Rookie, Nevermind and Alex for Eminem. And Alex already gets a landing bug at the start, Paka crashes as well. So we already have what is basically a 2v2 up at the top, but Nevermind makes a mistake. Alex overtakes his place, and we do have Rookie up at the top, fighting with Ari for position number 1. Raven's not far behind, but this is the battle to be had here. Potentially deciding the round. So it looks as if the blue players are solid in the positions behind. It's a very close one here, a back and forth between both players. Not really much separating them whatsoever. Taking almost the same lines here. Okay, goes for a bit more of a linear jump, but perhaps getting some sort of advantage here. And I do not have a hotkey for either of them. I'm angry. We go to Ari here, who is still on the chase, but he has dropped very slightly behind. And he cuts on the inside and nearly took it there, but Rookie gets it with a 102.48. Nice time there by Rookie. However, it will be a blue round by virtue of Alex and Nevermind making mistakes. And despite Rookie's efforts, it goes to 1-0 to Q. Go round number 2 here. We'll spec Ari this time. He's going to be a very fast driver, of course. This is his first season in Q, previously of A&E, along with myself, of course. Very strong player, but he's had some issues with consistency. But showing that he is perhaps taking the next level today, and he is playing very strong along with Rookie here. Both players again going for another battle in this round by the looks of things. Very close together here once again. Ooh, Rookie though made the mistake. Ari does as well. What you can do, I can do better almost. Ari makes a mistake. Alex and Paka overtake. Paka playing his first sub match today. Alex needs to stay ahead of Ari here. That's much easier said than done, but Ari gets the no slide. Alex very close to making a mistake there, though I think he might have actually. Nevertheless, should keep the round here, and that might be the win for Eminem, and it will be as long as Nevermind finishes, which he will. And he gets it. So only 1 point difference between both rounds, but this time the round goes in Eminem's favour. Rookie taking another win of 102.8. Have problems been had for Nevermind here? Let's see if we can get some sort of idea of what's happening to the Romanian leader of Eminem. A layer break going over there. A very tight start this Nevermind though. But Ari got it even better. Alex makes a mistake on the inside there. Nevermind the one to take over the fight this time with Ari. Ari a constant up at the top here early on in these rounds so far. However, he does have a different opponent this time. Rookie not too far behind though, in 3rd/4th position fight with Paka, but this is a fight we need to see here. Ari goes a bit too inside on there and loses speed to Nevermind. Nevermind doesn't get any airtime, which was crucial. Ari slightly more inside and is keeping his nose ahead. However, it's very close between these two players here. Ari goes a bit more outside there for the better line, and it looks as if that's getting him the advantage over Nevermind. Nevermind gets a better line going through there though. Ooh, doesn't get as much speed as Ari though. Ari with the better line on the exit, and Ari will take first place of 102.5. Alex takes 5th, and this time it's Rookie making the mistake and does go to the back. So, 2 fired by Ari up to the top, and looking good for them so far. Let's check our next player, which will be Alex. Alexor, of course. Nothing quite near the back here at the start, but it takes a nice inside line that overtakes Rookie, Paka, and Nevermind there, but Ari once again up at the top. Alexor and Rookie chasing down Ari this time, so he has more than one opponent to go up against. Ooh, Alex gets a bit of airtime though, he's risking it. It did pay off, so he did temporarily catch up there. Ari didn't get the best of transitions going down there, but keeps his nose ahead. Alex going for it. Ari looking very strong here though so far. Alex has got this speed, very close to crashing. However, I believe Rookie's made a mistake. Alex going for the inside line, fails it, but Nevermind takes over the same position, and Rookie has to settle for last place. So that's another round going in the way of Q, with it being 3-1 to them now. Still up to 7. A lot of mistakes being made here for Eminem for sure. Seems to be a different player making mistakes each round though. Let's go to a Q player. Let's go to Rewins here at the moment. Who's at the bottom of points? That's not a fair reflection of how he's playing, so let's get an idea here. Goes very inside there. There's a bit of speed as a result. Ari makes his first big mistake at the start. That means he's down. Alex, however, is also down. Aka's been performing well in this sub-match so far as well. Nevermind and Rookie make mistakes though. So despite Ari crashing, the other Q members are going to bring home the round. It's a very important round for Q here. This will play a lot on the M&M players' minds. They got past Ari this time, but their main opponent being themselves this round. Like saw the highest up player in 4th position for the Red Boys. It will be a very convincing round for Q here. An ace for them to boot. Paka and Rewind showing us what they've got. 103 lows. Here we go. 1, 2, 3 for Q. And they bring themselves up to 4 points on the board here. Only 3 left to secure the sub-match point. Again, it will not get them the win. Apologies, Mania Ben. We don't have an automatic score command since I can't really keep track of both things at once. But it is 2-0 to M&M in total score. The 1v1s and the 5v5 was won by M&M. And it is 4-1 in the range score. So, early mistake being made here. And both 2 early mistakes there. So, Raywins and, what's his name? Rookie down. And I believe Mesonari make a mistake there. So, Portuguese man has fallen. Oh, Paka got a little bug going over there. And it looks as if Paka's going to have trouble here. And it's leaving the top 2 open for M&M. Oh, Alex got a bad drift there. He's lucky he has a bit of a gap here over Ravens. Let's see if we can find them on track. We can actually see them right here. Very close. The Wens only a 10th behind. Alex needs to keep this position. It might not be consequential for the round, but they want to be keeping himself. Oh, Nevermind makes a big mistake going through into the ending. That might be consequential here, especially if Alex losing it at the end. And M&M throw it away just at the end there. Big mistake there by Nevermind. Alex as well losing the position to Rowens. Go 5-1 to Q here. M&M throwing it away. Must be said. So perhaps the loss of Kulve being banned really hurting these players. Rookie making another big mistake here. Rookie started off very well, but it's not looking good for him at all since then. Ari going wide there. Oh, and he goes over the bump. So both players who started well, Rookie and Ari, making big mistakes here now. Oh, Nevermind going very close to the outside there. Does manage to rescue it, but very scrappy lines here. Both players, however, are 0.3 ahead of their closest Q opponent, so they can afford to safe. But we saw Alex having trouble later on in this track. We're coming up into the later stages here. Are they going to manage to hold the lead this time? To make it through the poles successfully. I don't think Paka is close enough. He isn't. And that is the second, only the second round to go to M&M. So they bring it to 5-2. So a 3-point advantage still for Q though. Rookie taking last position. So M&M will need all 3 players firing on all cylinders to get the further rounds here. As Q are showing they're the ones that are not making as much mistakes. But will that stay the way? Was it just a flash in the pan for Q? We will see. No mistakes on the inside there this time, which is very important. Nevermind trying to get his nose back into the round there. Paka this time, the one going very wide, gets a bit messy going over that turn with the hole. And Rookie makes a big mistake there. Rookie once again out of the round. However, see Alex flying the flag for M&M here. He needs backup though. Having a lot of trouble against Ruins and Ari. Nevermind not too far behind here, but he needs to start going for it here. Alex gets a good line going through there. Let's go up to him versus Ari. And he crashes. He touches on the inside and Nevermind makes a big mistake there as well. So another ace for Q. Clearly showing they are the better team on this map. And Ari performing well in this round. It's a 102.7. So Nevermind looks to be the only person finishing. Rookie and Alex have both retired. Here we go. Will it be the final round of this match on PTC Kishkona? We will see. We'll go with Packer this time. Has been solid for Q so far. And that's another mistake there from Nevermind. And it's down to Alexor and Rookie. And Rookie's off to a bad start. He is already 1 second behind. This sub-match at least will go Q's way, pardon me, but the match as a whole will go the way of the men in red. Nevermind, very far behind here, and Mahawki's have all died. Packer very close to the inside there. Go to Rookie here, see if there's any changes. Nope, the only change is Alexor having a crash, and Packer and Ari are staying strong. So the final score will at least be 2-1 here. Q saving some dignity at the very least, with a very strong performance here. And Alex just makes a mistake at the end. Rookie as well. And it will be a very convincing sub-match for Q. Although we say convincing, a lot of mistakes made by both teams there. Although far more being made by M&M. Definitely not a strong performance by them. And they will need to get their act together if they're going to be proceeding any further in this tournament. Of course, 7-2 Q takes it to 2-1. It will be a GG, and we will move on to the next match, which will be against the winner of THE versus PKD.